The power of resentment. Hi, I'm Shirella. So, I had a friend recently telling me that she was tired of always giving and not getting back. She's always the one to do the stuff, and then others around her aren't doing it back, so she feels like she's being used. Well, would you believe me if I said resentment is a powerful tool? It's a telling way to know that things are not going in your favor and you need to do something different. Some examples of resentment in my life are being asked to babysit someone's kids for free so that someone can go and make money at a job. Ooh. Another time is if you're always the one paying for lunch. There's instances where I will volunteer to do something and other people, according to the rules of whatever the organization is that I'm with, and it happens in several organizations, that I will say, sure, I'll be there because I don't have the all-day job like some people have. And then the other people will not volunteer because they have a job. So what it feels like to me that causes resentment is that you do for free by volunteering what others are getting paid not to do. They don't show up, they go to their job, they get paid, you stay behind, don't get paid, and do the work. Make sense? Probably a lot of people say, oh no, you're not seeing it right, but I'm telling you, this is what I'm seeing from someone who's not working all the time, that I kind of get the shaft a little bit when I show up to volunteer and everyone else says, oh, I can't come, I gotta work and make money. Yeah, they're not giving me the money that they made, right? So think about times that you've had resentment in your life. How does it affect you? Well, I have found out that resentment is a powerful tool for me, and let me tell you some of the things that I have figured out. If I overserve and overdo without getting back enough, then first of all, I realize that boundaries have been crossed. That I'm just letting people push me over, I'm letting people think that I'm there for them all the time, and I'm not getting back what I hope to. Now, there's a fine line here because sometimes you do just serve and sometimes it's not fair. But you have to take into account the situation. Like, is someone sick? Is someone really going through a hard time? So if the boundaries are present, then it's me rightly saying, for example, how come so-and-so doesn't help with dinner too? I'm always the one making dinner. They can at least help. And if it's true that they can't help, then a boundary is being crossed up. I am not setting up something for myself to say, hey, it's your turn to cook. And that's totally on me. That is something that I need to institute and put up to say, I'm not okay with this, and the resentment is helping me to see that boundaries are being crossed. And remember that boundaries are always about you. You can't say, hey, so-and-so, you gotta come cook. You might say, hey, we're not gonna eat. I'm gonna go out to eat myself, and if no one else helps to cook, then we're not gonna eat because I'm not gonna be with the one doing it. Boundaries are about yourself. Speaking of yourself, boundaries help you to know yourself. What is the place where you can't handle something any longer? Do you know what that place is where you don't know yourself well enough to know where that is? That took me a lot of introspection to figure out, this is what I care about, this is what I don't care about. So I wasn't being resentful of everything. I had to say, okay, I'm okay with going camping, but I'm not okay with camping and cooking. I had to know myself well enough to do that. Also to see where you are being a people pleaser, like you're caring more about what other people think than yourself. So this is that second great commandment in the Bible, to love others as yourself. If you are loving them more, you will start to feel resentful because you are not getting back enough. Also, understanding others. What's up with other people? Do I know why I am feeling resentful towards them? Do I need to get inside their shoes and feel and understand what's happening to them so that I don't feel so resentful? I remember one time there was this lady and I saw her all over the community. And I just thought, man, she just tries to do everything. Like, who does she think she is to get all of this notoriety, and she gets all the attention for all the things that she had done. And I thought, she's just trying to get all this attention. So I actually asked her, I said, why do you do all the stuff that you do? Christmas Tree Lane, and crocheting for the needy, and volunteering for the musical productions. And her answer really surprised me. She said, my husband died a couple years ago, and I need to fill the space with something. I was like, oh, let that lady have what she needs, because I have no idea what she's going through, and so I'm not going to be resentful about her trying to get the attention anymore. She was just trying to fill her life and make it happy. Sometimes I think too, if there's someone that has really crossed our boundaries or created a place for resentment, which again is our own problem, it's not their problem, but I have found that sometimes if we're going to keep loving our neighbor, we need to be able to figure out how to love them, maybe with them not even close to us. Because if we're always feeling resentful around them, we might need to have to love them from the mountaintops and just say, this is as close as I can get and still love you. Because if I'm right next to you, I'm always feeling resentful, probably from a lot of history of being walked over and over again. Also, what needs to heal or change? What do you need to do differently? How do you need to be more honest with yourself? Sometimes you even need to turn around and say, you're doing a good job, you're doing great. Even a little ego stroking if you haven't had enough of that. If not enough people are making you feel happy, you can help yourself feel happy to say, you're doing great, you're wonderful, good job, high five yourself. And also, it's helpful that resentment be a tool to let us know that we are not feeling empowered. We are feeling walked upon. And that we need to get a backbone and say, this is what I need. And most people are like, oh, okay, we just didn't know. The people who you're being resentful towards are like, she loves to do this for us. She loves cooking for us all the time. And I'm like, no, I don't. And I need you to know that I need something back. That is for relationships that you care about, of course. And then, of course, loving God. Love God and have your heart filled with His love so that you can be aware of those places where resentment is kicking in and that you can't feel His love. You want to be where you can feel His love and make the situation so that it's not a place where you feel resentful. And then even in this times that you might feel resentful, if you're filling yourself with God's love, it's going to be less. And you're going to have more of that backbone and more of that ego stroking done, and more of the empathy for others, knowing yourself and having the boundaries that you need because you're putting God first. So resentment is a gift. I remember not that many years ago, a few years ago, that I found myself always resentful for doing the dishes. I was always the one in the kitchen doing the dishes. And finally I realized it's because I was trying to do the dishes for my kids, even though it was their night, because I thought, oh, they're having fun. I don't want to stop them. Oh, I can handle to do this. I don't need to have fun. I'll just let them have the fun. And soon enough, that came to the point where I was like, this is not working. I am just mad doing the dishes now. So now, as soon as I start to feel that little titch of boundaries crossing, that little bit of resentment, I say, oh, so-and-so, it's your night to do dishes. I'm going to kick back for a little while, thanks. And I let them do the dishes. Resentment can be a great tool that something needs to change, that there's more openness for yourself and for receiving God's love. So resentment is a good thing. So how about you? Where have you felt resentment in your life? How would you like to change things that you're currently feeling resentful about? If you don't take care of it, I will tell you, it will explode like a volcano, because I've had that happen to me where I was so resentful about something because I didn't take care of myself that I was about ready to explode, and I just had to remove myself and go away so that I would not be that person who was so angry. So don't become a volcano. I urge you, don't do it. It's not a good feeling. Well, if you like to talk about self-care, which the power of resentment is in being able to take care of yourself better and love yourself more, you might like my 91-day app-based health course for eating better, moving more, and taking better care of yourself. And you can find that at www.honeydohealthin91.com.